I have zero problems with gay people, for the record. But it's something that Barack said.
From the outset of Barack and Michelle Obama's marriage, I gotta be honest, a lot of black men would not be inspired to emulate what he's achieved. Don't get me wrong, being the president and a Harvard graduate is definitely a plus. But being with an overbearing wife that obviously disrespects you in front of the whole world is not something that many black men aspire to do or want to be. Most black men are going away from that agenda if they can, and people are pushing back on such a narrative. But that's not going to stop Barack Obama from pushing his. You see, just because Barack Obama is no longer president, it doesn't mean that Barack or Michelle Obama don't have an agenda. They do, and it's still very clear that until they pass away, Barack Obama and Michelle are going to push liberal policies however they can, and they're going to do it in the black community, especially with targeting black men. Rewind! Recently, Barack Obama was on Michelle Obama's podcast after a few weeks of just utterly being disrespected by her on that podcast.
I'm so glad I didn't have a boy.
Yeah.
Because he would have been a Barack Obama.
What?
But I guess bygones can be bygones, right? But Barack Obama is going viral for saying this.
And that's one of the things that I think a lot of times boys need is not just exposure to one guy.
Mm-hmm. One dad.
One dad. No matter how good the dad
is. He can't be everything.
He can't be everything. And that boy may need somebody to give the boy some perspective on the dad.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Now, the first thing that he's talking about is, young men or boys need a variety of different male figures in their life because you can't get everything from your father. And this is true. My grandfather stepped in when my dad was on drugs, and I had men in my church that helped me and positive role models all around me that helped me become the person I am today. And see, that's what he starts with. We all can agree to that. Like, none of us can listen to what he's talking about and disagree. Like, what he's saying is so true. And that's the intelligent part about it. You already buy in to that notion. Nobody in the world can disagree with that. But wait, there's more.
One of the most valuable things I learned as a guy was I had a gay professor in college at a time when openly gay folks still weren't out of line, who became one of my favorite professors and was a great guy and would call me out when I started saying stuff that was ignorant. You need that to show empathy and kindness. And by the way, you need that person in your friend group so that if you then have a boy who's gay or non-binary or what have you, they have somebody that they can go, okay, I'm not alone in this.
Yeah.
Right? So
the former president is very creative. He talks about his own experience to then tie it back to his agenda. He says, when I was in college, I had a gay professor that taught me all of these things and called me out. And this is when it wasn't popular. And, because of that experience, this is something that everybody needs.
Boy, you don't sit your stupid ass down. Who the f*** you think you is?
Because he was gay, so we need to include, that kind of person in our home because what if your kid becomes gay? Then you'd already have somebody who's gay to help you out with that. Huh? Now, it was a very smooth transition of how we got to where he wanted us to be without many of us knowing it, but we understood it for what it was. Number one, let's just say this. There are gay people in almost everybody's family, especially in the black community, all right? And many of us love them, whether they men or women. And of course, we all know that gay people can be just as valuable as anybody else or are as valuable as anybody else, straight or whatever. Just because the person has a sexuality that's heterosexual or homosexual, it doesn't mean that person's a good person or a great person. We all have a gay person in our family that we love. They've added a lot of value to us. We can depend on them to do things like that. And we already know that, okay? That is natural. However, you suggesting that we have a gay friend in our life, and many people do have gay friends, right? Our gay coworkers or something like that, our gay people that are in our life. But you're saying that that person should be in your life mandatory because that was your experience. That doesn't mean that it's been our experience. All right. And that's the thing that we need to talk about here. Now you're trying to push this as an agenda on people who may not be okay with making that step. It's almost like saying, not equal, but saying we all need to have a black person in our life. We all need to have a white person in our life. We all need to have an Asian person in our life. And at that time, we all know that all people can be good or bad, but that doesn't mean that it's necessary. Some people may or may not want that culture on the child because why? Well, look at what people have seen with the LGBTQ community forcing themselves on people, right? That's just what people are going to look at. Look at what's going on with the trans community, the LGBTQ community, and what's been going on in the schools. And so people see that now. And what do people say many times? No, I don't want somebody forcing that agenda, like, because it's being popularized now, right? It was different when Obama went to school. When Obama went to school, he self-admitted it was not. So it was, a time where you didn't do certain things, but now that's different in today's culture and time, right? So the times are different and things are relative to the times. That's the first thing. But the secondary thing is this. What could the effects be if we did have a gay person that was around black men, whether the child was straight or not? Well, listen to this.
You ask, what's the difference between dating some black men and the white man? Well, the white man is going to call you and invite you out. The black man is going to text you, good morning, beautiful. Hello, gorgeous. What you doing? The white man is going to take you to a very nice dinner and pay for it. The black man is going to ask you, what you cooking? Can I come over? The white man is going to take you to get your tire fixed and pay for it. The black man is going to tell you, you need to get your tire fixed. The white man is going to buy you a very special gift for your birthday. The black man is going to disappear and call you after your birthday. The white man is going to be very impressed by your education and your personal accomplishments. The black man is going to be intimidated.
In the case of this, you have a black woman who is saying that you need to go get a white man because a white man is more of a provider, all right? And now you should leave black men alone because this black man can't provide. They want money out of you and they don't know how to provide for women. So if you have more gay men in and around black men or boys, could we think that that's going to make that young black man become more of a provider for women, taking care of women in a heterosexual space or standpoint? I'd probably guess it won't be the case. And so what will you hear? You might hear some more negative complaints from black women. I'm not saying that you would, but you could, right? And the bridge that you got to cross is hanging around gay black men. Is that a solution for creating more provider men that take care of black women? In that case, I just don't think that's what that it leads to. I think for Baramo's perspective is that it helps you with situations that might create things for the world. But at the same time, what negative effect could that have for certain black boys or black men? It probably doesn't add to the providership value that black women say that they want. And that is probably what we're going to come across. In negativity, you're going to get black women, some of them, that are going to call black men out there like that. Well, the reason why you act like this is because your uncle is this, or you have that dude in your life. That's why you're acting like this. Now, on the flip side, I'm going to tell you, some sisters not going to say that, but you're going to have sisters in the black community that will say that. And they're going to come after black men for having these guys in their life. And it's good when it's a liberal policy and, oh, let's support gay this or gay that or trans this or trans that. And then you secretly find that this person that you're dating, when they can throw shots at you, they're gonna bring that up. Oh, why you ain't providing for me? It's because of your uncle. It's because of your whatever else. And see, that's a conversation that Barack Obama don't want. When you hear about black women already, they're complaining about black men because they're not masculine enough. That's the conversation. You guys are not masculine. You're not providing. You're not serious. You're not this. That's why we got to go to the white men. That's the conversation amongst black women today. You have a lack of masculinity. So now if we have a third or secondary gay dad, my question is, does that add to the gap that makes black men more masculine to impress black women? Now, every gay man is not feminine. We understand that. Every gay men are versatile in who they are. I'm pretty sure we can't just put them all in the box. But then we're asking, is that a representation of a man that helps provide and create for black women in black America? And until Barack Obama is able to prove that statement to me, because clearly that is what black women want, you're probably gonna still see black women saying we need white men, go to Asian men, these black men are just too soft. And that's already their criticism. And Michelle Obama, if you get a rich guy like Barack Obama, it's okay. Maybe that's fine for your relationship. What about the average black man in America and a black woman? And she wants a guy that can go out there and get it. Is that going to be what this person brings? It could be, but on average, what are we going to experience this? I'm probably not. I don't know, to be honest. I just don't know. I just don't think that's the add-on that we're going to get in black America. Not to say that gay people can't do things, because they can, right? But it's just pushing this agenda on black men that I don't know if that is really what is the answer. Of course, if you get somebody in your life that's valuable, that's gay, that's in your family, that's a close friend, that's no problem. But to say that this person is mandatory, that I'm not sure. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I appreciate it for all that you do. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.